Thank you. Well, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and in order to better aid and educate survivors of domestic violence, the Memphis Police Department is hosting its first Survivor Fair. And joining me now is Kimmy Webb, founder of Unity Services Alliance, and Sergeant Keon Love from the Memphis Police Department. Thank you both for joining us today. Good to have you with us.
Thank you for having us.
Well, first of all, what is the Purple Unity Project, and what can people expect?
Well, the Purple Unity Project is an opportunity for the community to come out and get resources that they need, resources that they usually don't know that we have available for them, where they can get legal services, education on court proceedings, emergency housing.
That is good.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. We want to inform the community about these resources that local agencies have to offer.
Right. And Kimmy, tell me about Unity Services Alliance. When did that start? Why did you start it? And what's it all about?
So Unity Services Alliance came about following the abrupt closure of the Family Safety Center. I was a domestic violence advocate over there, and I felt a way of leaving a lot of my clients unserviced.
Right.
So I had to kind of go ahead and take the charge and prayed about it, came up with it, and we've been going now since March of 2025.
Wonderful. So let's talk about how the MPD and Unity Services Alliance, I had to think about it for a minute, work together to bring services and help folks, domestic violence survivors in particular.
So what we do is we work together. I mean, domestic violence, crime, survivors, Unity, we all have to work together in order to help the community of Memphis combat such a heinous and deadly, crime and act, and try to keep survivors alive. And so myself and Keon work together over at the Family Safety Center, helping survivors, and so it's just kind of continued on to the fold with Unity.
Right, and because I mean it's a major problem too, domestic violence. Sergeant Love, I read that I think it's like more than 40% of the calls, the violent calls that come into MPD are domestic violence related. Is that true? And where does Memphis stack up, our area stack up to other parts of the country as far as domestic violence is concerned?
Well, the data from Memphis shows that we're pretty average compared to the national average. And that's why it's so important that we have partners like Kimmy here in Unity Services Alliance, so we can provide those resources for the community so we can combat that.
Right, but domestic violence is a problem.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is.
Definitely. So what, if people want to participate in the Purple Unity Project, what should they do and how can they get involved with that?
They need to register. This lovely flyer has a QR code, goes directly to a registration form that we'll upload, and we'll get you a confirmation link. And on November the 15th, you show up at 9 a.m. for vendors sign up. Okay,
and where is it, and what all will be involved?
It's at Lester Community Center on Tillman Street. It's Tillman Street.
Yes, 317 Tillman Road.
Okay.
And you say what else is there?
And what are some of the events, activities that'll be happening there?
Oh yeah, like Keon was saying, we'll have the survivors, orders of protection, information. We'll have a few keynote speakers. We'll have lots and lots of resources for survivors. We'll have free HIV testing. We'll also, that's a new vendor that's on board, along with a lot of counseling services, other domestic violence partners that will be there, and a host of more. We even have some great entertainment too.
All right, that's important too. Yes. So we're about ready to close up, but what final words that you'd like to give to maybe someone who's watching, finds themselves in a domestic violence situation but is afraid to do or say anything to get out of it? What would you say to them?
Well, we understand how difficult that situation is. So what we say is connect yourself with somebody that you trust. Call me, call MPD, call Kimmy. Help someone, allow someone to help you find your voice, find your peace, so you can get the help that you need and get connected to the resources that you need. We are about hope and healing when it relates to domestic violence. We want to make Memphis stronger and safer, and that's one way to do it, is encouraging the community, encouraging the survivors to connect and
reach out.
Reach out, absolutely, absolutely.
All right.
and I second that emotion.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Again, Kimmy Webb with Unity Services Alliance and Sergeant Keon Love from NPD. Thank you both so much for joining us here
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you
Really
for having
appreciate
us.
it.
Absolutely.
And still to come on A Better Memphis.